This build focuses on a wisdom-based character, maximizing JAHEIRA's spellcasting effectiveness and using specialized equipment to turn fire damage into a powerful tool for combat control. She is also highly mobile because of her swarm abilities. Hello guys, Genuine here of Genuine Gaming, and here is my JAHEIRA, the Circle of the Fire Swarm build in Baldur's Gate 3. This is not an overpowered build, but a thematic one. I played this build on Honor mode. If you find this video helpful, do not forget to like, and for more Baldur's Gate 3 videos, subscribe to the channel. Overview. The core strength of this build lies in using Wisdom for everything: melee attacks, spell save DC, and damage setup. The dual wielding combo is key to maximizing her ability to gain arcane acuity stacks quickly. This JAHEIRA is a phenomenal battlefield controller, using martial combat not as her main source of damage, but as a perfect setup for irresistible basic druid magic like the Hold Person and Call Lightning spells. JAHEIRA, wielding the Infernal Rapier and Belm, can make 3 wisdom-powered attacks per turn, rapidly building up her arcane acuity via fire damage gear. This would ensure that her powerful basic druid spells are virtually guaranteed to hit and control the battlefield. Build. So at level 1, we get Ranger for JAHEIRA. For her favored enemy, we choose Ranger Knight. She gains proficiency with History and proficiency with Heavy Armor. And for our Natural Explorer, we pick up Wasteland Wanderer Fire, giving her resistance to fire, taking only half damage from it. For her skills, she gets Strength 10, Dexterity 16, Constitution 14, and Wisdom 17. For her skills, you can choose any. At level 2, she gets a Fighting Style. For her fighting style, she picks up 2 Weapon Fighting. For her spell, she picks up Hunter's Mark and Enhanced Lead. At level 3, JAHEIRA gets a subclass as a Ranger. For her subclass, we pick up SWARMKEEPER, then pick up Flurry of Moths for her Gathered Swarm. As a SWARMKEEPER, she gets Fairy Fire and Mage Hand as a free spell. For her spells, we pick up Long Strider. At level 4, she gets a feat as a level 4 Ranger. For her feat, we pick up Dual Wielder. You can use 2 weapon fighting even if your weapons aren't light, and you gain a +1 bonus to armor class while wielding a melee weapon in each hand. At level 5, she gets an extra attack. Then we choose Lesser Restoration for her spell. Then as a SWARMKEEPER, we get Web as a free spell. At level 6, JAHEIRA is multiclassing into the Druid class. We choose Guidance and produce Flame for our cantrips. At level 7, JAHEIRA gains the Wild Shape ability as a level 2 Druid. Then for her subclass, we choose Circle of the Land. Then we pick up Thorn Whip for our cantrip. At level 8, JAHEIRA is now a level 3 Druid, allowing her to cast level 2 Druid spells. I suggest always preparing Flame Blade, Flaming Sphere, and Heat Metal to maintain the thematic build. As a Circle of the Land Druid, we get to choose a land type for spells that are always prepared. You can choose any of the choices, but I always love Coast because of Misty Step and Mirror Image spells. At level 9, she is now a level 4 Druid. As a level 4 Druid, she gets a feat. For her feat, we increase her Wisdom by 2, making it 19. At level 10, she can now cast level 3 Druid spells as a level 5 Druid. She also gains Wild Strike ability. She now has an extra attack if she is in the Wild Shape form. For her land type, she can again choose any. As for my case, I chose Mountain to gain the Lightning Bolt spell and grant Flight. At level 11, she goes back to the Ranger class. She can choose any of the Ranger spells and the favored enemy. For the additional Natural Explorer ability, she chooses Wasteland Wanderer, Cold, giving JAHEIRA resistance to cold. At level 12, JAHEIRA is now a level 7 SWARMKEEPER Ranger. She gains 3 Writhing Tide charges. When activated, JAHEIRA gains a flying ability and becomes unaffected by surface effects. This state lasts for 10 turns. For her spell, you can choose any. Gear. Since we have the Circle of the Swarm with the Ranger and Druid multiclass, we are now going to add the fireness of this build. The most important equipment here is the Hat of Fire Acuity, as it can help augment JAHEIRA's druidic spells through stacks of arcane acuity every time she deals fire damage. In order to deal fire damage with her weapons, she equips herself with the flawed Helldusk gloves. These gloves would give her an additional 1d4 damage to your melee weapons. Another good gear that can help stack arcane acuity for the Hat of Fire Acuity is the flawed Helldusk armor, as it can possibly deal 1d4 fire damage to attackers. For her weapons, we gave her the Infernal Rapier and Bell. Infernal Rapier has the melee caster description, which would allow her to use Wisdom instead of Dexterity for her attack and damage rolls. If ever she cannot use the Infernal Rapier, she always has the Sylvan Scimitar with her. Belm has this ability called Perfectly Balanced Strike, which would allow JAHEIRA to attack with the weapon in her main hand using the bonus action. To further add to her melee damage, we equip her with a Strange Conduit Ring, as she would always use Hunter's Mark, which is a concentration spell. The Strange Conduit Ring would add 1d4 psychic damage to her melee attacks. Then, the Boots of Striding would not allow JAHEIRA to be knocked prone or moved against her will while concentrating on a spell. Then we have Khalid's Gift for her amulet. This is the reason JAHEIRA will always have an odd number on her Wisdom ability, as Khalid's Gift would make it an even number. So, in our build, she has 19 Wisdom. Khalid's Gift would make it 20. We also gave her the Band of Mystics Scoundrel, so that she can also cast Hold Person as a bonus action after hitting with her melee weapon. If you find her AC a bit low, equip her with Cloak of Protection. Gameplay. JAHEIRA's high wisdom governs everything important: her spell save DC, her spell attack rolls, and crucially, her melee attack and damage rolls. The build's combat strength comes from rapidly stacking arcane acuity to supercharge her druid spells. JAHEIRA attacks thrice, including bonus action, with the Infernal Rapier. These attacks would deal fire damage due to the flawed Helldusk gloves, thus quickly stacking up to 6 stacks of arcane acuity. This would significantly increase her spell save DC. In the next turn, she casts a powerful druid control spell like Call Lightning and Hold Person. Another nice thing about this build is her mobility because of the Gathered Swarm and Writhing Tide abilities. So that's my Circle of the Fire Swarm build for JAHEIRA in Honor Mode. If you want more Origin character builds, check out my Blade of Frontier build for Will in Honor Mode. See you in the next video. Ciao!